I wanna be a baby, baby, baby. Spinning in his red just like he came from Maytag. Rocket with it on the.
We had Thomas Edison. He did everything. He had a patent on the American motion picture camera and projection process, and he was based, I think, out of Jersey, right? Wasn't he the Menlo Park, New Jersey, Edison, New Jersey, that whole region? And but you know, the early films in the turn of the century were all made in the Northeast, New York, even Boston, New Jersey. There was a liability, though. Even though Thomas and when they did start to go to screenplays, the first movie that was actually a full-length feature film was called The Squaw Man, about Native American life, and that was about 1913, I think. That was like a real movie. And then most of the genre was the Western. And so Western landscapes were much more desirable. We had a lot of Western landscapes in California. They didn't have so many in Massachusetts and New Jersey and New York. So this became just a logical place. And by the 1920s, just pretty much everybody set up shop out here. That's how it all started. Then the infrastructure was in place, so when television took off, this was the place. Then all the musical-related industries too. This made this a logical center for music. You had Gershwin's lived out here. Iron George, Mancini. Who was the Moon River guy? Was that Mancini? Yeah. Yeah, he was cities to the farmlands of the Midwest. You could have almost any kind of scenery in LA somewhere in the metro area that would replicate anywhere in the country. I figured out, as a Floridophile, they can't fool me. Did you know CSI Miami? Just as a community, just as a community service. So the sign would be lit at nighttime, and there was all this opposition from the people living up there. They claim that they get so many tourists all day long. If you light it at night, we'll never get any peace and quiet. And they have the gold, so they got to make the rules, which is, I think, is okay. But they probably should have just a curfew. Like they could have lit it for a couple of hours maybe in the evening and then turned it off. They do light it for special events. They lit it for the Millennium Celebration for a few nights. They lit it when the Pope came. They lit it when the Olympics were here, I was told. Hooray for Hollywood. Well, you're terrific if you're even good. If you'd like to be an actor, see Mr. Factor. He'd make a monkey look good. And in just half an hour, you'll look like Tyrone Power. Hooray for... You don't want to look like Tyrone Power does now. He's been dead like 50 years. I don't think he looks too good anymore. How about in a little bit, you'd look like Brad Pitt? Gotta do remixes now. For the times. Now that was one of those medical marijuana, but hey, who needs that now? It's completely legal for recreational. See the doctors, the green cross, that's medical marijuana. I don't know how that's going to work out when you get pulled over if you've had marijuana in your system, because I don't know if they can tell the levels like they can with alcohol.
They can.
They can? Really? So they can tell if you're high versus like you did it a week ago. Because it stays in your system for like a month. Supposedly, I wouldn't know this, I just from what I've read. If I had ever done marijuana, I wouldn't have inhaled. I might Bill Clinton. I don't like to get political, so I will. I thought we learned our lesson from Prohibition. Wasn't that like a huge feat to have an amendment to prohibit alcohol? It took a constitutional amendment. It was so bad, it took another amendment to get it repealed because it turned out to create the mafia. It didn't stop anybody from drinking. It just created a whole crime element to drinking. They got rid of it, and except for drinking and driving, you don't associate like people getting killed over a bottle of booze. So why would that not be true for all drugs, all intoxicants? It should be the same standard. They can all be legalized, and you know what? You can have rehab centers for people that are always going to be addicted, and prevention centers for the kids, and we could even make Lindsay Lohan like our drug prevention czar. Maybe she's not the right one, actually. I thought we've been down that path. We learned it, but I guess they somehow think it's all different. This is a little bit of St. Augustine. Ripley's Believe It or Not. The Guinness Book of World Records Museum. We don't have the Fountain of Youth. Are you near Bayard where you live?
We're around 15 minutes south there. 10 minutes south there.
So you're in St. Johns County?
Yeah. We're in very north St. Johns County.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because there's that little lift, Joanne being one of the first.
Spider-Man.
Burt Lancaster being one of the first, and of all people, a lady named Ann B. Davis, better known as Alice from the Brady Bunch. But she got one for another role she played in the 50s for television. And they have been adding about 1 star a month since that time, and they're up to 2,587. You have to be nominated. By the way, if you want, there are several options for the Hollywood sign photo. If you go up to the balcony up to your right, you see that big pictograph. It's a Babylonian archway. The 4th or 5th level was created as a platform for viewing the Hollywood sign. Plus, we're going to go up into the hills after this. This is the Dolby Theater, which was the Kodak Theater. Kodak had just a few too many Kodak moments, and they went belly up. So now it's the Dolby Theater, same building, but that's the home of the Oscars in a couple of weeks. Hello. He's in a hurry. And then famously, the Chinese Theater. Now you're going to see a lot of the Jesus promoters here, because remember, it's in the scripture. Los Angeles and Las Vegas are the modern-day cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. So we're going to be the first in the purge when the time is right. So you want to get your house in order. You know, it could happen like a thief in the night. But the Chinese Theater is famous for the hand and the footprints. Betty Grable's actually got a leg print there. Jimmy Durante a nose. Trigger has a hoof. You actually got Donald Duck has a webbed footprint there. And that started by accident in 1927, just before the theater opened. Mary Pickford, silent star, came out to visit the theater. She was invited by the owner, Sid Grumman, and didn't realize some of the concrete slabs were not dry yet. They were still wet. She stepped in one, leaving a footprint, and it was Sid Grumman, and he knew it was too late to repair it. So to make it look like it belonged, he had her put her other footprint and hands inside her name, and it's been this tradition that's gone on for years.
Are we going to have to stop here?
Are we going to what?
Have to stop here?
What's it worth to you? How much money you got? Yes. This is. We're gonna, as soon as I get to the illegal parking space, which isn't illegal because I got a ticket the other day. It just means that you can stop and load. Is that Wonder Woman or Supergirl? Wonder Woman. There's Spider-Man. Oh, I might even actually have a stop today. Look at this. I see. I'm in a parking spot, but they don't let you stay here for very long. Okay, here's La La Land. They anticipated the buzz around the movie La La Land. They created a whole store dedicated to the movie. I'm just kidding. That's just a coincidence. It's actually a great souvenir emporium. They have clean restrooms if you need it. If you go in the back, there's restrooms. Chris here, he'll give you a coupon if you make any purchase.
So guys, I'm in LA right now. They got some hoodies. And we are walking on the Hollywood Strip. Oh, look at it, look,
They go to my side too. We on the Hollywood store. Are you taking a picture?
yeah, Mom, I'm recording.
Oh, are you?
Shrek.
That's the car from the Big Kings, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Mama, I want to take a picture right here.
Right where?
In this area.
That's the ones that slide down the mountain.
Yes, we are. We have to be always looking. You really shouldn't be sightseeing now. You got to look at these houses and make sure they don't come down on us. And the mud too. Now they're pretty well anchored, but you'll see like rocks. Sometimes you see a big boulder and you think, goodness gracious, I'm glad I wasn't driving by when that thing came down. By the way, I've got a celebrity home here that I can show you from a distance. I can pull over here without going over the edge. Tragedy struck.
Oh my goodness.
The house directly to our right down the ridge there, there's like an infinity pool in the back. It's got like a dark brown roof with chimneys and some umbrellas there. That's Matt LeBlanc's house. Joey from Friends, and he's got the new show in now that he does. I had no idea these entertainers made this kind of money. I would have chosen a different career. Let's see, can you see the ocean? Almost. Yeah, kind of. There's some clouds over there coming in over the ocean. Sometimes you can see Catalina Island. A great view of downtown LA, downtown Hollywood's right below us. And this is called the Hollywood Bowl overlook because we're right above the Hollywood Bowl, which is a famous outdoor amphitheater. In fact, did you know that the Beatles' only live concert album was the Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl? And that was the original Paul McCartney too, not the funny
There's a
guy.
parking space
Where?
right there.
Can I squeeze in there? I feel
Oh,
like
I didn't see the boulders.
Oh, you thought? Oh, I see.
Never mind.
Well, yeah, I usually don't see the boulders either.
That's reassuring.
Reassuring. If you go up the stairs, you'll get the best view of the Hollywood sign. I could probably wait here for a minute.
I see.
Now, just don't go too far past that fence there. That's right on the edge. You'll see the Hollywood Bowl right below us. There's downtown LA. It's a great view today, really. I can see Signal Hill out there. Actually, am I looking at the ocean on the south coast? That might just be some fog offshore. It's hard to tell. But yeah, it's a nice view.
And if we go upstairs this time?
That's a better view if you go up the stairs. Yes. And I don't really time this stop, but just whenever you feel that you're, you got enough, you got enough photos or whatever, come on back.
Are you going to take pictures? I'm not going. The Hollywood sign is
How
right
is?
there.
Oh, you got an extra camera. You don't need your phone.
No.
Oh,
Where's the Hollywood sign?
Right there.
it's right over there. You can see it from outside, but it's just a little better view if you go up the stairs.
I cannot.
My camera zooms in like really good.
Really?
Good shot out over the whole.
Yeah, you can step out and take a nice.
Bye.
Hi
So
guys.
So we're leaving LA and we're going back to California. And in case you guys, I mean, yeah. And in case you guys haven't met her, this is my mom.
Hi.
Yep. They're out there loading up the luggage.